Hello, how is everyone today? This is Dr. Melida Harris Barrow. How are you? You are watching Living Your Best Life Now. Yes, you're living your best life now. I hope so. After so many episodes I've done about this show, I hope people are living their best life now that are watching this show. Yes? Welcome. Welcome one more time to my show. And you know what? I feel so good today. Why? Because I'm going to give you something today that is going to change your life forever. Because I think it's time for us to live our best life now and live it to the fullest. And I am going to tell you something. I am living my best life now. You know why? Because I changed my life. Why? Because I have a choice. I have a choice. People, I have a choice. And I want you to understand that you have choices too. Aren't you tired of being in pain and hurt? Let me tell you something. I want to change that for you today, and I'm going to change it. I'm definitely going to change it. Well, let's welcome some of the people that are tuning in. My lovely Birdie, baby, how are you doing? You know I love you, right? Sally, she's always there every Thursday. Jova, you're always there every Thursday. These are my followers. You know what? I love you guys. Carlos Weatherburn, hello. Rob Naylor, love you, man. Haven't talked to you in a while, but I love you, and you know I do. But anyway, I have to start this show right away. You know why? Because it is important, right, that we begin to live our best life now. And our topic today is a very important topic, and I'm going to tell you why it's so important. It's important because oftentimes we are living in a society that there's so many things happening, and so many things are happening to us, and we have to make that change, and we're going to change it tonight. When you walk away, when I close out tonight, you're going to say, I should have done that a long time ago. You know why? Because when I did it, I said it to myself, I should have done that long time ago. The topic of this show tonight is how to remove your negative. Listen to this. How to remove your negative past and live your best life now. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. I am telling you something. I'm happy. Yes, I'm very happy. And I want you to be happy as well. So let's change your life tonight. Letting go of your negative past. Wow, that is an amazing topic. Why? Because those of you that is in pain and are being hurt at this moment, it can change. It can change. One of the greatest, let me just say this, one of the greatest power we have is the power of love, but we're not exercising it. I'm going to say that again. One of the greatest power we have is the power of love. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the negative paths tend to suppress. Listen to me carefully. The negative paths tend to suppress the innate ability we have to love, which cannot suppress because it's overwhelming, powerful. And we need to tap into that love because nothing should be able to suppress the power of love. Nothing. I don't care how many negative experiences you have had, it should not be able to suppress that love. So it really, let me put it to you this way, it really is causing us, all this negativity is being caused. Why? Because of the love, the lack of love that we have inside, especially for ourselves. And we need to tap into that right away. Be able to suppress the power of love. So it really becomes a matter of choice. Listen to that one word, choice, because we have a natural ability to overcome anything with love. The love we inherently possess. We don't think we possess it, but we do. Our choice to change our lives is in our hands, not in somebody else's hands, but in our hands. Are you guys listening to me? Because this is important. Choice, the word choice and the word change I had to learn what choice, how I can change my life. And it was based on choice. You see, we have choice to do whatever we want to do. The thing is that we're not using it. Why are we not using it? Let me just say this. Years ago in my own life, because this topic basically is my life. That's what I want you guys to know. This topic is my life. So I'm going to share this with you. Years ago in my own life, I realized the power of love, right? Then while we cannot control what happens to us, we are the only ones who can make a choice, right? Of how we have the ability to make a choice regardless of what happened in our lives, as I said before. So the choice that I had to make, I had to get rid of a lot of things. And that is the weight. That is the weight of that negativity from my past. I had the choice to remove it from my life. I was tired of being in pain. I was tired of being hurt. So I had a choice. Nobody can make that choice. Nobody could make that choice for me but me. You see, the true cause of our unhappiness is the belief that we have no control or choice. That's what the problem is. We don't think that we have control, and we don't think that we have a choice. So more often than I like to think, people who were unhappy, who are unhappy in their life, told me that they had no choice in terms of changing their situations. Sometimes when we say or think that we have no choice, we really do. We have choices. There are two main sources of this confusion, and I need to explain that to you before I move on. One is our own thinking. The other is the behavior of those around us. A third may lie in what we believe about the behavior of those around us. If we can identify why we think we have no choice, it becomes easier to see the reality that you have choices. Is your pain the norm in your life? I have to ask you this question because it's very important. Is your pain or hurt the norm in your life? Is it? Well, then if it is, fear of the unknown. Often the choices that we pretend we cannot see represent a step into the unpredictable. Sometimes what is familiar, even if it's not what we would choose for ourselves, seems more desirable than the gamble that is the unknown. The question to ask yourself is this: at the end of your life, listen to me, at the end of your life, do you want to look back and see that what you have now is what you will have had always? If not, when will you make the change? Do you want to get to an age that you're still holding on to that negative past? You see, that negative past could be something so negative that you believe that you have to hold on to it. You have to make somebody else responsible for it. That's not true. My negative past, I made a choice. I don't want it anymore. You know why? I want something good. I want something to make me happy. I want to change me, because what was happening is that past was controlling my life. And I believe that God gave us the right to control our life, to change our life, to make choices freely, instead of rewinding negative moments in your life. Don't you find yourself when you're in the dark watching TV, something click, next thing you know, you rewinding, you hit the button and you rewind. Whoops, you rewind again. Whoops, and that's going on all throughout your life. Why? Why are you doing that to yourself? You cannot go back and change what occurred, but you can move forward with a new perspective. That's what I did. This topic is my topic. I can talk about this all day long. You know why? Because I'm living my best life now. And the way I got to this point is because I had to recognize what was wrong with me. And what was wrong with me is that the negative past I was holding on to. I wanted somebody to be responsible to fix it. But guess what? No one could fix this for me. Pain is inevitable. It is. Suffering is optional. Remember that. Suffering is optional. You see, when somebody cause you pain, you have control to fix that. As a child, let me put it to you this way, because a lot of you out there are experiencing pain due to your childhood. Those of you that have been mentally abused, physically abused, sexually abused, all kind of abuse. I don't want you to hold on to that pain anymore. If you have problem with dad, if you have problem with mom, if you have problem with whomever, leave that pain back there. If you've been divorced and you still holding on to that pain, it's because you want to hold on to it. Because that person is living a good life while you sitting there suffering about how it should have been and what should have and what should have. Let it go now, this moment. I want to teach you how to let things go, because we cannot keep suffering until the end of our days. That's when we want to say, you know what, I'm going to leave that behind me. But guess what? It's too darn late. It is too late. Let it go. That husband that you had that cheated on you, that mistreated you, that woman that you had that mistreated you, and now you're carrying that load with you and you're carrying it so proud. Oh, this is what he did to me, and this is what she did to me. Suffering is optional. If you want to suffer, then you go right ahead. But I'm going to tell you something. I am enjoying my life now, and I want you to do the same. You see, you cannot change your negative past. You can't. You cannot edit your negative past. Can you go back and edit and pretend that this is how it should have been? This is what he should have said? Oh my God. And being raped and being dealing with all these negative issues, it's not an easy thing. I'm not telling you you can wipe things out of your mind, but I can tell you tonight, I need you to give yourself some space in your life to inject happiness, joy. That's what I'm asking you to do. You cannot tweak your negative past. You cannot enhance your negative past. I want you to live now. What you do with the hurt is probably more important than the hurt itself. I'll repeat that for you. Did you guys get me the first time? Got me the first time? What you do with that hurt is probably more important than the hurt itself. The question is this: do you want to live a happy life now? I'm asking you the question. Do you? Do you want to live the happy life now? Do you? Do you want to live a peaceful life now? Not you're going to start the new year. I'm talking about the now. You see, oftentimes we're always basing our lives on time. I'm going to start in June. I'm going to start in November. I'm going to start the first of the year. No, that's not what I'm talking about. You see, your life, you can't deal with it with time. You have to deal with it with the now. You understand what I'm saying? Do you want to get rid of a pain someone caused you? Or did you cause someone? Because this negative past is not about what somebody else is doing to you. Not only that, but what you have done to somebody else. You understand? Do you want to remove that? Did you do something that you regret doing and you don't know how to get rid of it because it keeps popping up in your mind? Remember, your mind is powerful. But guess what? If you don't have control over your mind, then you are going to suffer and continue to suffer until you die. That is as simple as I'm going to put it. Or do you prefer to ruminate endlessly about the past and something that cannot be changed. It cannot be changed. So why you are still in that negative past is because you are embracing it. But you have the choice to move away from it and to remove it. You see, some people blaming others for our hurt is what most of us start off doing. I blaming Tom, Dick, and Harry. Stop blaming people for what you are going through. Let it go. Somebody did something wrong, or they wronged us in some way that mattered to us. We want them to apologize. This is what we say. I want my uncle to apologize to me, my mother, my father, my cousin, my friends. They got to apologize. You got to apologize to me. Might not happen. People, it might not happen. So what do? Because they don't apologize to you, what are you doing? You're holding on to it until they apologize to you. It might never happen. Are you listening to me? It might never happen. I want you to live your best life now. I don't want you to go through what I've been through. I went through hell and came back, but I realized I have a choice that I can change things. And I want you to do the same thing. I want you to change your life. We want them to apologize. We want them to do all kinds. It's not going to happen. All your feelings, don't get me wrong, all your feelings are legitimate. Okay? It's legitimate. It's important to feel them fully. But you have to move on. You have to remove, to give space to the good things. You see, nursing your grievances indefinitely is a bad habit. It's a bad thing because it hurts you more than it hurts them. Don't you notice that people that have done wrong to you, they're living a good life. They're not even thinking about you, but you're constantly thinking about that moment, those moments, those places, those things that have caused you all that pain. You're still thinking about it. You know why? Rewind button. The rewind button. You keep hitting the rewind button. I don't want you to do that anymore. This is what I want you to do. I want you to live now, and I want you to hit play. Live now, and then hit play. If you're going to rewind something, rewind good memories of your life in order, listen to me, in order to remove that negative past. See, you don't have nothing to remove the past, and I'm going to tell you why, because you're not living. You're not creating new memories. You're stuck in the old memories. That's why you are still in pain and hurting. You have to remove the pain with new memories, with new things, with a new life. Stop nursing your pain. Stop nursing your hurt. Stop baby rocking all this pain. You have to move on. The only way you can accept new joy and happiness into your life is to make a space for it. You see, to live a good life, you can't continue to have the negative past there. You see, there's a space. And most of, I would say, let's say 80% of the space is your pain and hurt. The 20% is a little joy here and a little joy there, but it doesn't stick. Can't stay because you keep bringing back the past. Don't let the pain become your identity. I did that. I did that. Don't let the pain become your identity. Get rid of victimhood. Stop being that victim. You're living on it. You're breathing with it. You know, You see your girlfriend, all you're doing is talking about, you know what he did to me? You know what happened to me? All negative. When are you going to start speaking positive things? Forgive yourself, my Lord. Forgive yourself. And I'm going to tell you why you should forgive yourself. Maybe you didn't do anything wrong, but you blame yourself of all the things that have happened in the past. You're trying to find ways to figure things out. Why did he do that to me? Why did she do that to me? Why did mom, dad, anybody, why did they do this to me? Stop blaming yourself. Or maybe you played a role in creating your current situation. Stop that. Regardless of what happened, you need to realize that what you did is not who you are. You follow me now? What you did is not who you are. What I had to do, I had to define my pain. I need you to sit one day. No. Go back. Rewind. After this show, this is what I want you to do. I need you to define your pain. That's what I need you to do. I had to do that. I'm telling you everything that I've done. I went and defined my pain. I wanted to know why. And once I did that, removed. I didn't rewind it anymore. Fear of the unknown. You see, often the choices that we pretend we cannot see represent a step into the unpredictable. You see, sometimes what is familiar, even if it is not what we would choose for ourselves, seems more desirable than the gamble that is the unknown. The question to ask yourself is, at the end of your life, do you want to look back and see what you have now is what you will have had always? I said that before. You see, the first step toward finding happiness after having been hurt is to understand why you were hurt. Why were you hurt? To get to the root of everything that makes the memories hard. You see, focus on the present. You have to focus on the now, the here and now, and joy. But identify all these things. But once you identify it, I need you now to remove it. Remove the past from your life now. Now it's time to let go. Let's talk about the letting go. This is what I had to do. One day I woke up and I said, what am I doing? Why am I holding on to all this? It's called garbage. Pure garbage. It hurts, but I don't want to keep that garbage there because it starts smelling. It's just too dirty and smelly. So I started to let go. Let go of the past and stop embracing it. Stop babysitting it. Stop telling yourself that story where the protagonist, you, is forever the victim of this person's horrible actions. You cannot undo the past. All you can do is to make today the best day of your life. And you're going to do that today. I'm challenging you to do it today. And if you want to hold on to the past, it's because you love it. And not everyone wants to let go of the past, of that negative past. Some people just love being miserable. When you focus on the here and now, you have less time to think about the past. And that's what I'm doing. I am enjoying life, and all of you that knows me know that I am. I am thinking more about the memories of today versus the memories of the past. So those memories of my past, not all of it was negative, but the things that was negative was causing me not to live a joyful life. When the past memories creep into your consciousness, as they are bound to do from time to time, acknowledge them for a moment. Just for a moment, because we're human, it's going to kick in. And then bring yourself gently back into the present moment. It's going to kick in. It's going to kick in. But I need you to gently, listen to me, gently bring back the good things of today. You see, some people find it easier to do this with a cautious cue. Such as saying to yourself, what did I say? It's all right. That was the past. And now I'm focused on my own happiness and doing. You see, I'm too busy being creative to be happy. And I am telling you something, it's a lot of fun. All I'm doing now is creating, listen to me, creating all those wonderful things that makes me happy. All this week, what I did was I was just in nature, just going to places, just enjoying nature. I created that. I wanted to do that because I need to create great memories, joyful memories. That way, negativity is not kicking in like it did before. I hardly think about the things that happened to me in my life in the past. I don't, honestly, I don't think about it. And I think I don't think about it, you know why? Because I'm too busy being happy. I'm busy being happy. So remember, if we crowd our brains and live with hurt feelings, right? There's a little room for anything positive. Anything. You see, it's a choice you are making to continue to feel the hurt rather than welcoming joy back into your life. And for those of you that never ever experienced joy, happiness, all these good things, do what I'm telling you to do now. Make the choice. Remove the negative past from you. If your heart is filled up with pain and hurt, how can you be open to anything now? Or how can you be able to, can you be open to anything new? No. Because there's a lot of garbage here. My people, it's time to let go. It is time to let go of the negative past. Let it go. Take a good look at yourself. Do you like what you see? Go look in the mirror after this show and say, I don't look good. You know why? So much junk. If you look good, then you're doing good. Are you happy? Are you at peace? As I said before, things don't disappear on their own. You have to make the choice. You need to make the commitment to let go. If you don't make this conscious choice up front, now you could end up self-sabotaging any effort to move on from this past hurt. I got to move forward. Making the conscious decision to let it go also means accepting you have a choice to do so. You have a right to live a peaceful life. Don't let the abuser destroy your life completely, and don't let what you did in the past control your emotions and life. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. It happened to me. But I recouped and I came back and I said to myself, hey, gonna make a choice to stop this pain, to stop going over the details of the story in your head every time you think of the other person, knowing that is a choice to either hold on to the pain or to live a future life without it. You're not a victim. Get that out of your head. To some people, being a victim feels good. It's like being on the winning team of you against the world. But guess what? Guess what? Guess what? The world largely doesn't give a damn about you. Doesn't care. So you need to get over all of this and remove it. Yes, you are special. You are so special. And I know you are. You are special. Yes, your feelings matter. But don't confuse with your feelings matter to your feelings should override all else. And nothing else matters. That's right. Your feelings are just one part of this large thing we call life, which is all interwoven and complex. Yes, it is. And messy. You cannot undo the past. All you can do is to make today the best day. Make sure you forgive them and yourself, whomever did whatever they did to you. Nobody's life should be defined by their pain. It's not healthy. It adds to our stress. It hurts our ability to focus, study, and work. Yes. And it impacts listen to this, it impacts every other relationship we have, even the ones not directly affected by the hurt. Every day you choose to hold on to the pain, it's another day everybody around you has to live with that decision and feel its consequences. Your negative past could contribute to the development of negative traits such as bad attitude. Those things seep in based on your past. Based on your negative past, that bad attitude seeps into you. There are also times I can recognize, or we should recognize, a bad attitude in others, yet fail to see the bad attitude in myself. I'll say that again. There are also times I can recognize a bad attitude in others, yet fail to see the bad attitude in myself. Somehow I justify my bad attitude, but hold you accountable for yours. I know. How unhealthy is that? How many of us don't do that every day? That's what I used to do. I don't do it anymore because it's wrong. You see, all these negative traits seeped into you. You know why? You're still holding on the negative past, like self-defeating talk. Self-defeating talk are messages we send to ourselves, which reduce our confidence, diminish our performance, lower our potential, and ultimately sabotage our success. Yes. Common self-defeating talk includes sentence beginnings such as, I cannot, I'm not good enough, I'm not confident, I don't have what it takes, I'm going to fail. That's what happens when we hold on to the negative things in our past. Also, negative comparison with others. Sometimes we do that. You see, one of the easiest and most common ways to feel bad about ourselves or oneself is to compare yourself unfavorable to others. We may be tempted to compare ourselves with those who have more accomplishments, seem more attractive, make more money, You see, when you find yourself wishing to have what someone else has and feel jealous, inferior, or inadequate, as the result, you're having a negative social comparison moment. All those things seeps in when you holding on to the negative past. All of us, listen to this, all of us experience negative thoughts from time to time. How we manage our negative attitudes can make the difference between confidence versus fear, hope versus despair, mastery versus victimhood, and victory versus defeat. There's another one I want to share with you, selfishness. From your past, with the negative past that you may have, now you have become selfish. It's not something that you created on your own. Somehow something from the past happened to you. And there goes the selfishness, just seeped in. Ego, cynical, self-doubt. These are all things that seeps in to your life. You see, self-doubt, many of you have struggled with self-doubt for decades. Decades. You doubt yourself, your looks, your ability for anything. You were never enough. These are the things that's going through in your mind, and your choices reflect that self-doubt. The self-doubt and negative self-talk became such a habit, you became comfortable with it. Self-doubt keeps you from improving, and you can become stuck in an endless loop of negativity and self-loathing. Remember, it is important. I also let self-doubt stop me from pursuing the things I wanted to do in the past. It held me back from being who I wanted to be, who I am. Lack of trust. Those are the things that hurt my life due to my past, negative past, you see. So I want you guys to listen to me today. Remove the negative past from your life. We should learn from the past, but not be stuck in it. We can learn from it. That's the experience that you had. I know it hurt. And some of you saying, but I can't let it go. I want you to let it go tonight. Yes, please let it go. Those people that did all these things to you, let it go. Sometimes life circumstances and personal setbacks can haunt and prevent us from seeing our true potential and recognizing new opportunities. Let it go. What has already happened, we cannot change. But what is yet to happen, we can shape and influence. At times, the first step is simple: to break from the past and declare that it is you, not your history, who is in charge. Nothing is worth more than this. Don't dwell on the past. Make better choices today and move on. Do something different today and welcome happiness back in your life. And if you've never had a life before, a positive life before, let's start now. It's time to embrace the positive in your life. All the positive things. Positive character traits are those things that draw us to other people. Let's embrace the positive traits. Something that you have never had. Or some of the things you might have, but you're preventing that negative past in order for you to continue to receive or to act or to embrace the negative traits. You see, when someone is generous, kind, energetic, or optimistic, they exude energy that attract others. Yes, start embracing those positive traits like integrity, honesty, loyalty, respectfulness, responsibility, fairness, compassion, humility, courageousness, forgiveness, authenticity, generosity, politeness, lovingness, kindness, optimism, self-discipline. Yes, let's embrace those things. Once you embrace those things, guess what's going to happen? Huh? Slowly, you're going to start removing your negative past. It needs room. You see, the positive traits needs room. It needs room, but it can't come in. Your kindness, your reliability, optimism, self-discipline, all those things, they can't come in because you're holding on to that negative past. Do you want to know how to build a good character? If you believe developing these positive characteristics, here are some action steps to show you how. Define your core values. Please, define your core values. Know what is most important to you by determining your values for your professional and personal life. These are principles that are the foundation for your priorities, choices, actions, and behaviors. You can start by looking at this list now that I've just given to you. If you have to rewind this video, do it. Practice the habits, the good ones. Find people with good character. Maybe some of it will rub off on you. Take some risk. Start taking small actions, my people, toward a goal or value that involves some levels of risk. When you face the possibility of failure and challenge yourself towards success, you become mentally and emotionally stronger and more committed to your principles. Stretch yourself. Stretch yourself. You can do it. Create high standards and big goals for yourself. Expect the best of yourself and constantly work toward that. Even though you will have setbacks and occasional failures, push. Commit to self-improvement. You can do it. Realize that building your character is a lifelong endeavor. This is not about a short term. This is a long life endeavor. By remaining committed to personal growth and learning about yourself, your character will naturally improve, even though through the failures. Even though through the failures. I want to say to all of you tonight, I've practiced this message. I lived it. I didn't practice it. And I'm living it. I'm living it now. And I'm going to tell you guys something. It's about the now. I know some of you out there are saying, okay, I'm going to wait till the new year to stop hurting. I'm going to wait till the new year to start exercising. I'm going to wait till the new year to be a better person. I'm going to wait till the new year to do all these things. I'm going to start a business the new year. Why are you waiting for the new year? It puzzles me. You see, time has nothing to do with what you're about to do. Man created time, not God. I realize that anything that comes to my mind that I want to do, I start it right away. And I'm going to tell you why I do. I started right away because I realized that time for me doesn't exist. Whatever comes to my mind that is positive, I'm going to do it now. Because I realize that my life is important. I don't know if I'm going to live out through the night. I could shut this show down right now and something could happen to me. I think I suffered enough. I've suffered enough. And that's why I changed life years ago. I reached to a point where I said to myself, I can't deal with this pain anymore. I can't deal with the hurt anymore. And I realized that I had a choice. And I made that choice. Not only did the choice brought me to where I am today, it's going to take me to higher places. Places that I have not seen yet, not dream of. But it's going to take me to high places. And those of you that are holding on to your pain and your hurt, you cannot get to those places. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you have to possess all the things that I've listed, the good traits. Start working on those good traits that I mentioned. If it takes you years, work on it. It took me years. It wasn't overnight that I realized that the pain that I was carrying, it wasn't my own. It was something that didn't belong to me. And that's why I let it go. And now I'm living my best life now. And I thank God every day for guiding me and showing me this route. You've given me a purpose in life. And I know what that purpose is. It's to guide people, love people, help people, and to live the best way I can with Him. Live your life. You have a choice. Thank you. This is Dr. Melida Harris Barrow, the author of Unveiling the Illusion. Know who you are. You can purchase my book. You can inbox me, or you can go to www.melidaharrisbarrow.com. And I would like to wish all of you wonderful, wonderful holiday. Remember, go to that mirror, look at yourself, and tell yourself it's over. The negative past is gone. Don't take long to make the choice. Make it now. Have a wonderful day. I love you guys. I love you guys. And I'll see you next week, next Thursday. We have a wonderful show. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. I enjoyed it. Oh my goodness, I enjoyed this show. I love you guys. Hasta pronto. Living your best life now with Dr. Melida Harris Barrow. May God bless all of you.